Okay, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Here's the link. I'll send it in local here. All right. So sorry, I got some crazy stuff going on here and trying to get her going here. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I yeah. Okay. Just give me a second here and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Hey everyone, Luke Flywalker here with another exciting Second Life Aviation Network podcast. This is podcast number 5, and we are broadcasting live from beautiful St. Aubrey Airport. And I'll put my promo form up here as we begin talking here. And I've got some special guests with us here today, Mr. Jack Tracker, and my hosts here for the last 3 podcasts anyway. We have Metmez, Bull O'Grady, and of course AW. Our building expert is here, and Metmez and Bull are here representing St. Aubrey Airport and the aviation community in general. But this is a beautiful place and a great place to do the podcast for sure. So I hope everybody is doing well. And I'm going to flip back over here to the scene so you can see us. And we have Harika over there, and she is one of the owners of St. Aubrey, and she's sitting over there on one of the bar stools at the table. So uh, they'll be relaying any text chat to me that our guests say here today. So uh, we'll go around the table and let me get the mics open for them. We had a little trouble getting started and had to go to local chat instead of group chat. So I think I got everybody here, and we'll go around the table, starting with Metmez. Met, how you doing today?
Well, hello everybody. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. And I think we have a great podcast this time. We have some topics that they are new and interesting. I'm looking forward for that.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, a lot of things to cover here. So, and the Bull, how about you? How you doing today? Good, sir.
Doing good, doing great, doing great.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for allowing us to do the podcast from your airport, both you and Matt. We do appreciate you hosting the podcast here, and we hope it's getting some good publicity for your airport. That's for sure. Jack, I don't know if you got your voice working yet or not. Can you hear us anyway in local chat? If you got your mic working now, go ahead and say something. If not, we'll come back to you in a little bit if you can get it working.
Yeah, he
And
says he can hear in local there.
okay, I don't know why his mic's not working, but hey, it happens.
Hmm.
Gotta love Second Life, right? And Jack, I mean AW, how about you?
Well, I'm doing great. It's good to be back, and it wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't have technical difficulties.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's good that we continue on with our great traditions here. So I'm looking forward to today's hour.
okay. And does Hakira want to say anything? I can't. If you guys can relate in chat what she says, because I have my chat shut off, uh, my text chat.
Uh,
So
I think Hakiria will write in the local chat,
yeah. So if you
and
yeah,
maybe I can translate if she is something saying to me.
okay.
So we try it like that.
Hey, that works. That's good. So yeah, so we got a good, as Matt said, we got a lot of topics to talk about here, and I'm going to pop those up on the screen right now. And I went around and for the SL Aviation events, I just hate saying I don't know anything that's going on, so I went out and found some stuff that was going on, uh, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and I made some videos of those things, so I'm going to show those here in a minute. And I want to tell you about a big event that's coming tomorrow at Fiji Island Airport, which is just what is that, south of here, and just a stone's throw south of here of St. Aubrey, and they got a cool event going on down there. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then I got a very special report here about something that I knew about a couple years ago, and some recent events have brought it back to my attention. But that's the Queen Bee World War II target drone that was developed by the British Navy and I think their Army Air Force in World War II during World War II. Uh, and then Matt's got a special video to share with us here about a neighbor of St. Aubrey Airport, and it's really cool. And really appreciate that because that's what this is all about. You know, you fly to an airport, and then what is there to do when you get to that airport? And this is something very cool that people will want to come here and see. So we'll review Matt's video here in just a minute. And then Jack Tracker is here from the Aeronautics Press and the Airship Museum, and we'll let him share as best we can and what he's got. And I've got a video of his airship flight that we did there, was it 2 weekends ago, or yeah, and then I've got some footage of his airship museum there and his aeronaut retreat, his bar that he has there, steampunk pub that he has at the museum, which is very cool. And then AW's got another special build to share with us. I think that's going to work okay, since we have to do something different with voice chat because it's something he's got to put in the water. So
Yeah, well, if you have a video, I sent you.
yeah,
The
yeah,
video will probably be even
yeah,
better.
yeah. He sent me a video of it, so it's very good. So anyway, that's what's going to happen here today, and I think it's going to be a good time for sure. So I'll start off with the SL Aviation events that's going on now. These things go on. Jack does regular airship flights. I don't know, almost weekly, I think, Jack. If I'm wrong about that, let us know. I don't know if you have a particular schedule or you just do it when you when the mood strikes you or whatever, which is okay. But yeah, we have it's an awesome time, and people fly their airships, and I'm going to put that up. But before that, I'm going to do the Skyward Club, and so was it the weekend before last, the 8th of February, the Skyward Flying Club did a flight, and I'm gonna...
Stimulating thoughts and what you say. Can't figure out where I go.
Okay, so I cut the music off on that so you could
You
hear it,
cut
but
your mic off too.
oh, I did?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. All right. So I'm good. Okay,
We
good.
just got a little 737 coming in here.
Yeah, I saw that coming around. I was hoping they missed the building there. It looked like it was pretty tight.
I think
So
it's a 737. I'm
yeah,
not sure actually.
I
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
got that
sure.
little.
So
You can always
so
tell by the shape of the windows there in the front.
so with the Skyward Flying Club, different people organize a flight each week, and I think they take the last Saturday of the month off. I don't know that they do a flight then. They might do a combined flight on Sunday with the Leeward Sailing Club. I think they do something combined with them on that day. But on 3 Saturdays a month, I know for sure they do a grid flight, and it's to different places, and it's up to the organizer to put it together. And this one was organized by Captain Street Reaper from the Sky Pirates, and so they had a 80s kind of sci-fi theme here. So, but you can fly anything you want on those. But some people try to keep to the theme, and some people just fly what they know they like and what they know can make it from point A to point B. So there's a lot of cool ships in this video, and
That's nice.
and yeah, so yeah, there's some good stuff.
Where is this? What sim is this?
Gosh, I had my notes there, and I don't know what I did. I can't remember. I might show it on the map here in just a minute. I think it'll pop
Oh, that
up
looks
on
like
the
the
video.
ISIL Raven spaceship there.
Yeah, I think it might be. I don't know. I've got that ship, but yeah, that's a pretty cool ship, the Raven. So, yeah, and I didn't fly with anybody. I just went to the starting point and took off all the takeoffs, and then I went to they're flying from here to Hollywood, so I went to Hollywood and caught some of the landings, and then I went on to their destination and watched that and filmed that. So, and then they usually have a party, a dance party, and they usually have a DJ flying. There's Brandy Whittington, and she is one of the founders of the Skyward Flying Club. She's the hamster of tunes and the hamster of doom as well, depending
Oh,
on what kind of mood she's in. So she's a funny hamster, funny little hamster there. But yeah, so yeah, it's a cool
is that
place.
a Wildcat back there?
I think so. Yeah,
F4F?
yeah, a lot of different planes and different stuff there.
Hmm.
And yeah, so now we're at Hollywood and landing there. So
AC-130 gunship.
yeah, 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 it's pretty bad looking. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so it was a fun time, and let me go ahead. We don't have to watch the whole thing. I'll call my
Ornithopter. I haven't seen one
yeah,
of those in Second Life. Who
yeah.
makes that?
I don't remember. I looked it up when they were flying it, because that's the first time I'd seen one too. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, there's that AC-130, and it's Azrael, Angel of Death. So
Yeah, that's an
pretty,
Amok product.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got that plane. It flies very well for a big plane. So, and And I think that's the flight leader there, the captain in that ship that we just saw. And so, good time. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward ahead a little bit here.
Oh, there's the new, that's the new tank plane, I think. That's Husky's new plane there.
Yeah.
That last one, the one that looks like the Icon A5.
Yeah. So there's the destination. I should have put the names on here because I don't have my notes in front of me here and I can't remember. But this is Captain Street's hangar, and they have a little dance club up in the top of the hangar there. So.
And the Sky Pirates like to hang out here, or are they affiliated with the group there?
Yeah, this is And well, Captain Street, he's one of the main Sky Pirates, and he's the one that organized his flight this week. So
I see.
That week, so yeah. So that's and I'm sure they've got one tomorrow. I haven't paid attention to the notices yet, but I'm sure there'll be something out tomorrow about it.
That's every Saturday?
Every Saturday, they fly at 1 p.m. Second Life time.
They announce this on SL Aviation?
Yeah, I believe so. And there's a Skyward Flying Club group as well, too, that you can join. They have their own group. There's quite a few members in it. So anyway. So now, and Jack, if you want to speak up, if you guys can relay to me anything Jack is saying to us here about the airships, but this is the airship, and we took off. Now I remember this, the Yao sim. It's at Little Linden airstrip at the very north part of the Belisaria, the skyboat stuff, or not skyboat, but the hold on here, I'm trying to get my music.
That's one of the waypoints we stopped on the challenge, right?
Yeah, it's on the flight challenge. On the houseboat area, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Post. Shell, that's it. Shell, to King's Post. That Jack said that.
So he's flying from there up to King's Post, and that's one of my favorite places too. That King's Post is a Linden's Department of Public Works region, and it's made like a pirate hideout. But there we got this Aeronautic
means there has to be some
Express
hidden treasure there.
flight group. Yeah, there might be. I looked around, I didn't find anything, but there's just some cool airships here, and all different takes on the airship theme, and there's a lot of steampunk stuff going on. Matt, did you want to say something?
Yeah, by the way, I admired the quality of the video. It's very well made.
Thank you.
It's a good video.
Yeah. Well,
it sure was.
The airships are fun to do too because they move so slow and everything, and it's easy to capture them and video from them, riding in them and whatever, even flying them. That and that's the thing that people ought to know. Now here's King's Post popping up on here. The thing that if you want to go sightseeing as you're flying, the airship is the way to go because you move slow and you can take your time. You don't have to fight to stay in control and worry about getting over in a region that you shouldn't and things like that. And most of them cross the sims very well.
Yeah, I was gonna say they really probably one of the best as far as sim crossing.
Yeah.
Very well.
Because they move slow. Now I've got that Retribution by Mick McKeenan, and that's a jet. It's a jet-powered airship blimp, basically. And Jack may correct me; it may not actually be a blimp.
But Jack says, "True, easy to fly." And fun.
Yeah, they're easy to fly. But that one has a turbo, so if you get you fly over a security orb, you can hit the turbo button and it'll shoot you out of there really fast. So you got to make sure you got control of the ship. And that is one problem when you're flying airships. If you go over a security orb that has a low time on it, There's
Well, that's a
Jack.
great idea, having a little turbo boost. You can just get
Yeah,
out of there.
yeah, that's cool. There's Jack in his ship. He's got. That's the first time I saw that ship. Jack seems like every time I've been on these flights, Jack has a different ship to fly. So he must have a million of them.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, yeah, they're a lot of fun. There's some of the people that were on the flight. Some of the avatars, they have fun. You know, it's just a fun time.
Now I want.
And
Oh, that's I know that guy.
yeah,
Giant Waffle.
yeah,
I know that guy too. That's Jimster. And I
yeah,
know all
Jimster.
these people. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Navigator come flying in there. He's got a cool ship. It's like a boat,
Mm.
flying boat.
That makes me
So
want to make an airship now.
yeah, yeah. I was hoping it would inspire you to do that.
Well, yeah. I have to talk Mickey into modeling one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there I am in my pirate outfit, and I decided to put that on to get in the spirit of things. There's Navigator, picture of Navigator there, a shot of Navigator. So I think
You need a bottle of rum to go with that.
yeah, R. Did you hear about the new pirate movie that's coming out? It's rated R, but anyway, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get that one for free.
Yeah. So Jack puts those together, at just about every week he has one, I think, and it's usually on the weekend. Sometimes he does them at different times, I know. So, and anyone's welcome to join in and fly with him. If you don't have an airship, I'm sure you can ride along with somebody, and it's just a whole lot of fun. It's a lot of good people, and it's a very relaxing time. So, Jack, is there anything you want to add to that?
Second Sunday of the month.
Second Sunday, okay.
Second Sunday of the month.
I should have got with him and found the schedule. I think Jack's fallen asleep over in the chair, it looks like. So
You must have picked the sleepy animation.
yeah.
Oh, and they have free
Yeah.
airships too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He's got some cool free ones too, I think. And we'll talk. I've got a video about Airship Mountain here. We'll talk about a little bit later in the podcast. Let me find my topics list, and now we'll move on because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We were a little late getting started here. So the big plane, the big plane fly-in at Fiji Island Airport, and I don't have. I did make a sound file for it, but I don't have a video, anything of that. Of course, it hasn't happened yet, but we'll be over there tomorrow. I will be, and probably streaming some stuff live. But it's just a fly-in. It's not an air show or anything. So if you have a big plane, and a prop plane, and you want to fly it in over there and put it on display, you'll land, and they'll have some air traffic control to get you parked somewhere, and then we're going to have a little contest as who has the coolest plane, the coolest livery, and stuff like that. I'm not sure how it's going to be judged. I'm going to let Flora do all that, but I'm just putting up the prize money for it. So.
and what time's that?
Starts at 11 a.m. Second Lifetime. So, yeah, and it goes till like 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I think it is.
Do they have a
1 to 2.
start point for it?
No, you just fly in from wherever, and fly into Fiji Island Airport there.
Are they going to have like a DJ or anything? Any music?
Me,
All right.
I
sounds
think.
good.
So, yeah. If you're interested, I probably need somebody to spell me. So maybe we'll talk after the show here if you want to participate. I don't know. Doug Brantley is also part of it. So one of the organizers of it. So he may be planning something too. But we'll find out. With that much time, I'm sure we could use a couple 3 DJs, because I have done those 5-hour events before, but they do get a little bit tiring after a while, you know.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is. And
Oh,
people
yeah.
think, oh, you're just sitting there playing music. Well, not really. You're coordinating your answer in chat, and you know, you're doing a bunch of stuff, and it does kind of wear on you after a little bit there. So, okay. So that's tomorrow. So get out your big plane and fly it over to Fiji Island.
So it has to be a large airplane.
Yeah,
and
large.
propeller driven.
They said at least 2 engines, I think. So, you know, yeah, prop, because I think that in that grass strip airfield over there, there's just props only at Fiji
Oh, I see.
Island. Yeah, it's prop planes only. So, unless they change the rules. What else here? Okay, so I'm back to the topic list. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about the queen bee, and this story became kind of personal to me, and you'll find out why. I made a short video of it, and I'm just going to let the video play here. If I haven't lost it, there it is. Okay, so here's a story about the queen bee.
The de Havilland DH-82 Tiger Moth was an interwar British trainer biplane. It was developed into an early WW2 drone called the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee first flew in 1935, but this wasn't even the first drone built by the British. The British built the world's first drone, a small radio-controlled aircraft, in 1917 during WW1, called the Aerial Target. Aircraft like the Tiger Moth and its Queen Bee drone variant are overshadowed by the more iconic aircraft of World War II, such as the Spitfire and Messerschmitts. The British made many excellent fighter aircraft in World War II. The RAF was perhaps the leading force that crushed the German Luftwaffe. The Tiger Moth first flew on October 26, 1931, and entered RAF service a few months later. It was later developed into the DH-82 Queen Bee, a low-cost radio-controlled target aircraft or drone. It used the engines, undercarriage, tailplane and other parts of a Tiger Moth. But instead of using the Tiger Moth's fabric-covered metal frame fuselage, it used a wooden fuselage. The wooden fuselage made it cheaper and more buoyant if it landed in the water. The de Havilland Aircraft Museum states, "The enclosed rear cockpit position was equipped with RA radio control gear including pneumatically operated servo units linked to the aircraft rudder and elevator controls. A 4-bladed wooden windmill in the propeller slipstream on the fuselage port side drove an air pump to provide compressed air for the gyro unit and servos. The Queen Bee was used for realistic anti-aircraft gunnery training."
Mr. Hall Belisha, the Minister for War, paid a visit to the anti-aircraft unit at Watchet for a demonstration shoot at the Queen Bee. Britain's plane that flies without a pilot is going to be brought down in mid-flight. The gunners hit her when she was partly concealed by clouds. Here she goes. Good shooting.
In practice, the Queen Bee could be manned or unmanned, as it retained its normal front cockpit for test flying and ferry flights. The Royal Navy's Fleet Air Arm and the Royal Air Force operated over 380 Queen Bees. In all, around 320 of these drones were built at Hatfield in England, and another 60 were built by Scottish Aviation at Prestwick. The exact numbers produced are unknown, as many were destroyed before they received records or registration. Only 2 are now left in the United Kingdom. One Queen Bee, built in 1943 in Scotland, is on display at the de Havilland Aircraft Museum. It flew at least 3 times for the British Army guns. It was acquired in 1986 and later restored to its original colours and markings. It is not airworthy, and its engine is a shell only. According to the Wall Street Journal, the use of the word drone to mean a UAV comes from this exact aircraft. In 1935, US Admiral William H. Stanley went to Britain and saw a demonstration of the Royal Navy's new Queen Bee being remotely operated for target practice. He then returned to the United States and charged Commander Del Mafani to build an American counterpart for the US Navy. This information comes from the Simple Flying website at www.simpleflying.com. Just search DH-28B Queen Bee.
I first learned about the Queen Bee from my friend and neighbor, Mr. Frederick Paul Hales, who came from England, and he shared the story one afternoon while we were sitting on his patio drinking Newcastle beer, and he told me about his grandfather, who was one of the inventors of the Queen Bee radio control system, and I was fascinated by everything that he told me about it, especially how they controlled the plane with the rotary dial, which I thought was very cool. So sadly, we lost Mr. Hales a couple weeks ago from prostate cancer, and may he rest in peace, and my condolences to his family. We do thank his grandfather for all the advances in technology that he made, and British were credited with creating the first drones, so they changed history right there. And many thanks to Paul for sharing this amazing story with me. May he rest in peace. Okay, yeah, that was a true story. that
was a great video.
Yeah, I learned that just a couple weeks ago. Well, a couple years ago, I guess. Like I said, sitting over there in the summertime, we used to go over and visit with Paul and his wife and sit out on their patio, and he introduced me to Newcastle beer, which is brewed in London, and it's not too bad. I told him it wasn't as good as Guinness because I got Irish background, so we always had some conversations about that. Plus, we always talked about the people divided by a common language. They, the terms that they used as compared to what we use, and so we always had a good time. He's a great man, and I'm gonna miss him because he always made me laugh. But he told me that story, and he went around and made some presentations around town here to different places, and told about the story of his grandfather. And he sent me a lot of those pictures I got. He sent me a PowerPoint about it, and I was hoping he had some text to it, but he didn't have any. He didn't send me any of the text documents, any of the things that he said about it. So I wish I would have thought sooner. I would have got some more personal information from him about it to share. But anyway, it's a good story, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, because I'm an electronic technician by trade, and so that fascinated me that they controlled the plane with a rotary dial. From an old telephone. Now, a lot of people may not even know what a rotary dial is anymore. How long has it been since we've had one of those? Probably it's been 40 years, maybe, or so.
Oh, I know. I had one more recently than that.
Did you?
Yes.
So, but if you noticed on that picture I showed in there that they dialed one number to make it go left and one number to make it go right, one number to climb and descend, and it was also designed so that if they didn't shoot it down and it ran out of fuel, it would glide down to the water and land on the water, and then they could recover it. We
used to play with the rotary phones because they would make pulses as
yes.
the thing turned and went on the dial, and it would make a certain number of pulses for every number. And
yes.
So if you clicked on the carriage return just right, then you could make it dial just by clicking on the hang-up
yes.
carriage.
And there was if you look back in the early 70s there, 1970, around 69, they discovered, you ever heard of Captain Crunch? Not the cereal, but the guy, the phone hacker, and they discovered that the whistle in Captain Crunch cereal was the same tone as the phone that sent over the phone lines when you dialed it, so that they could blow the whistle and make phone calls with it. And that, so it became a whole big thing. And then Captain Crunch made was one of the first digital electronic circuits, but he made a push button digital circuit that would send the pulses out, and it was the blue box. And there was a whole thing. They had conventions with it, and there was people. They were making conference calls from all over the world, and then the FBI got involved. He ended up spending a couple years in prison over it. But yeah, so it's really fascinating. Really cool story.
Well, they don't like you stealing their phone lines, I guess, huh?
No. And actually, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, they got into that. And of course, Wozniak, he was the electronics genius behind all that, behind Apple and all that. He made one of the blue boxes, and then they met with Captain Crunch one time. But Jobs and Wozniak actually called the Pope. They go to payphones and make the calls, so they wouldn't trace them back to their home phone. And they were driving around out in the country somewhere out there in California, and they went to a payphone in some little town, and they called the Pope, but it was like 4:00 in the morning there in the Vatican, so they of course they wouldn't have been able to talk to him anyway, but they told him the Pope wasn't available. And anyway, they got pulled over by the police, and they wanted to know what that box was, because by then it was out that they had people had this box and they were making illegal phone calls with it. And so they told them it was a device to tune their musical instruments, and they were part of a rock band. And the police
bought it.
And the cops bought it. They said, okay. Of course, if you had that kind of technology back then, people didn't even have a clue what it was. So
that reminds me of stories that can't be shared.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have a few of those myself. I used to live kind of on the other side of the law a few times, but in my life. But like I said, we won't talk about that right now. So anyway, back to the Queen Bee. That's a pretty awesome story, and I just love reading stories about technology like that, advancements in technology, and those first, how long did it take them to figure out that, how to control that plane with the rotary dial? They probably had a lot of trial and error. It took them a while to get it working. How many planes did they crash before they got it working and things like that? But seems so crude and simple now, but at the time, it was futuristic. It was really advanced stuff. Okay, I'm going to keep us.
There is something like that available in Second Life.
There is?
Yes.
Drones?
From BuzzBox Monroe.
Oh, yeah.
There's a thing called the Kettering bug, which is a very, very early remote controlled drone bomb.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and you control it in much the same way, although you don't call it on the phone. You have to kind of set it a certain way with the rudder, a certain angle and things like that, and then you just let it go.
Cool.
And,
well, we'll have to do a video review of that here. We'll get that. I'll get that, and we'll do that. That's cool.
Yeah,
that would go along
get
with
it at the Buzz vendors. It's called the Kettering bug.
Yeah. He has a hangar at my airport there, so I'll go over and visit his vendor there and give him a little business.
Yeah, you can give him the business.
Yeah, I'll give him the business. Okay, so now let's move on down the list here to keep things going here. We're doing pretty well. And we have I'm going to do this segment from now on, airport to airport. And I'm not always going to put the pressure on Matt and Bull to come up with something for St. Aubrey, but we'll have different reports because I do the video series from airport to airport, and I think I'm just going to start making that part of the podcast, do a report flying from one airport to another. But for now, Matt has a very cool video about the something that's right here by St. Aubrey, and
I can
met.
talk about.
Okay, you ready
Shall I
for?
talk about?
Yeah, you want me? I'll start
Okay.
the video. Can you see it now?
Wait. Wait with the video. I
Okay.
will something to say before. Let's talk about Sunset Sway Arts Center.
Okay.
The crucial question is why on earth we are talking about an art exhibition in a podcast about Second Life aviation. And the answer is why not? What could be better than to relax after an impressive flight or an eventful cruise by enjoying art? So we thought about for the following things. We can also admire beautiful airfield here or have coffee in the bar or have a chat with the people here. But now we also have the opportunity to admire a beautifully designed art exhibition and, if we have the chance, talk to the artists. Not this evening, maybe next podcast. The Sunset Sway Arts Center is located right next to Saint-Aubrais Sud on the Sim Cosmoledo Isle. You can reach the Sim from Saint-Aubrais Sud by inflatable boat or by teleporting to one of the landmarks, which is, along with further information in a note card, can be found everywhere in the Sunset Sway Arts Center panels here on Saint-Aubrais. But what is this center? I have created a short video report about it. If there is sufficient demand, we can invite the director, June Clavenham, or one of the artists here as special guest for the next podcast and ask them questions. But the short video I have made will explain a lot of things, and I beg you, Luke, to start it. Curated by
Okay, it has
June
started.
Clavenham and Snake Apple Tree resident in July 2024 and open to the public in August 2024. Sunset Sway Arts Center is more than just a collection of galleries. It's a gathering place for people who share a love for the arts and learning. Nestled in the virtual world of Second Life, the center offers a space where creativity flows freely. With 6 unique galleries and a sculptures trail that invites exploration, there's always something new to discover. The art here isn't just something to admire, it's something to connect with, each piece offering a glimpse into the artist's world. At the heart of Sunset Sway is community. Whether you're working in one of our 4 art studios or attending an exhibition, you'll find a supportive environment where artists and art lovers come together to share ideas and inspiration. It's a space for collaboration, quiet reflection, and everything in between. A place where the joy of creating is matched only by the joy of being together.
Very good, Matt. That was awesome, awesome video.
Thank you.
I think Lyra and I are going to be going there soon, and we'll be listening to Chopin while doing it.
Yeah, very, very relaxing. Well, your mission is accomplished, Matt. You help us relax here today. Had a little stressful start to the show, but it's turned out very well here today. So that that's your point, that when you get to an airport, what is there to do when you get there? So that's cool. And when you come to St. Aubrey, there's plenty of stuff to do here. That's for sure.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add about that, Matt?
Shortly, the director of the art center is June Clavingham, and maybe you know her because June Clavingham has had some airports before, and so she knows what we are doing here at Saint Aubrey, and we are supporting each other. She is advising here for Saint Aubrey, and we are talking about the Sway Art Center, which is really a very well designed location, and it's worth it to go there and have a look.
Yes, it is. That is very, very impressive. I'm going to spend some time there. So, Bull, is there anything you'd like to add about St. Aubrey while we're on the subject?
No. Things are just cooking along real good. So they got the slot machines over at St. Aubrey. That's kind of my big thing.
You got slot machines here? I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. You bet.
Where are they located at?
I know what it was. Yeah, we just set up a chessboard, and anybody that likes to play chess, let me know. It can also, it's just one of those SL. It's a pretty good one. It's one of the better ones that they make here. But yeah, if anybody plays chess, let me know, because I'm always looking for a game. Always looking for a sucker.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking of my next project. I'm going to make an RLV chessboard, but you have to use actual people.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it looks like we lost Jack. I was gonna turn it over to him, and it looks like we lost him here. So that was the next item on our agenda here. So I will talk as much of it about as I can. I've been involved with Jack Tracker for we've been friends for probably 10 years, and doing the airship stuff and flying. I do a flight once a year on the anniversary of Lawn Chair Larry's flight. Do you guys know who Lawn Chair Larry is? Was Larry Walters was 1982. I think it was July 2nd, 1982. He tied 47 weather balloons to a Sears lawn chair and flew up to 16,000 feet over Los Angeles airport, spotted by some airline pilots, and came back down and landed safely. Yeah, he made it back down. I think he actually landed in some power lines. His balloons got caught in some power lines, but he was able to get out of the chair. So I have a whole video presentation, and we do music from that year and as we fly. And we've got, I'll show you sometime here on the podcast. We've got the flying lawn chairs. Now, I wasn't, due to real life getting in the way, I wasn't able to do the flight this year, but Jack always promotes that for me, and he has the sim owner, the region owner where he lives, where his museum's at, is Meg Madrigal, and she's a big airship enthusiast as well. And so you can go over there to Airship Mountain, and she has it's called a gumball machine, which was a design that navigator that you saw in the video made of a real life concept that I don't think they ever flew it, but they put a bunch of helium balloons in this net over like a frame. You had a frame with a little engine on it to power it forward, and they put, and he never flew it. He was working on building it, but I don't think he ever got in real life, I'm saying. But they have a Second Life version that's free that they give away, and it's a lot of fun to fly. I think it looks, because they have all different color balloons in the net above the flying machine, and it looks like a bunch of
Sounds familiar. I
gumballs.
think I have seen
So
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, I should have had that resed out here. I don't right now. So I'm going to pop up the video of Jack's museum, and here's his aeronaut retreat. I did DJ over there one time for him, and he usually has brandy in there. I think they have parties in this place, but it's a very unique place, all steampunk theme, and they have a good time over there. So steampunk and airships go well together. So I wish I knew. Jack knows all the history of the airships and.
And this is on an airship as well?
No, it's on the land there on Sansara, near where you go there. What region of that, or that area that is, and it has all these mountains that are pretty stark looking, as you can see from the video here. And
the Snowlands area.
yeah, it's near the Snowlands. This isn't actually the Snowlands, but so anyway, he does usually monthly displays about it, and he has different this, when I went over and did the video, he must be in construction, because he only had that one airship res, but usually he has more airships res around here, and he has all the history about them. And he does Fly for Life when we do the museum there, which we're coming up for the big Fly for Life Expo event in April, and I'll be talking more about that. But we do a museum there, an air museum, and Jack always does the airship display there for us. And he takes a lot of pride and takes a lot of time in doing that. So, and this is Buzzbox's airship, I think, that I'm showing there now.
Yeah, that's the Bodensee.
Yeah, the Bodensee, which is very cool. I don't own that myself, but I think I'm going to get me one. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. So I wish Jack evidently had some network issues or something. He crashed, but we'll get back and have him on another time when he can talk about. Because once you get him started talking about, we'll have to cut him off, because he'll talk. He can talk for hours about it, but it's all very interesting. And so anyway, that's Airship Mountain. So take a look at it. Wish I had a landmark here for you, but I don't. But like I said, we'll have Jack back on the show here on a future show, and maybe do something from his place over there. Would be kind of cool. So
looks like a great place.
Yeah, we did. If you check out my YouTube channel, we did several podcasts. It was back during COVID, and we had a show. We called it "Places to Go While You're Staying at Home." And we just went around different places at Second Life and did a little podcast there and showed people about the places and things like that. So that was a lot of fun to do. So where are we at here? We're down to the end of our playlist. I hate to our topic list, and wrong title. Where'd my topics go? Hold on a second here. There we go. So now we're to our builder's corner, and I'm going to turn it over to AW. He's got something pretty cool to show us, I think.
Well, I sent you a video, so you can roll that. It's pretty much the only thing that's being developed currently by Alpha Omega. The stuff I showed you last week is all available now. There is the F-14, which is it's been popular, and the radar is also available now. So, but this is my bass boat. This is it's a model from TX Gear, and when I got it, I decided I wanted it to feel like a real bass boat, so I decided I wanted to make this thing really fast. It'll do 110 kph motor. It's a 16-footer with a 250 horse motor. So I wanted to kind of show how it works. And, when it goes slow, like the bow goes up, and it will throw up spray and stuff, and it has a lot of variability. But because it is a fishing chair, I decided I kind of wanted to develop that too, and so I developed the fishing chair, so you could actually sort of move the rod and everything like that while you're there. Now this thing is only half done, so it's going to be a little while before we finish it. Because the next idea I had, of course, I had to figure out how, and I'm still kind of like halfway in the phase of how am I going to do this. So I figured I'd show everyone what it's like to have like a half-finished idea. I wanted to take this this fishing concept and turn it into something that where you could actually catch a fish. So now, unfortunately, since we're in local chat, if I walk over to the boat, you're not going to hear me anymore. So
I'm following you. So
yeah. So if you follow me, I won't be able to hear you, of course. But
okay, I'll stand up and come out there with you. So
yeah, if you come out there with me, then I won't have to listen to the playback in YouTube.
well, I can't get up. So you may have to see if I can get it. There we go. Okay. Had to turn my UI back on to stand up. Let me go out here and catch up. Okay, I think I see where he went. I'm trying to track him on the mini map here. Where you at, AW?
The idea behind this was to try to get away to
Okay, yeah.
Over by the gas dock.
I got you. I got you now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, over by the gas dock.
All right. You're on.
That's good. So you can see now I'm actually pulling this little bobber around, and
Oh yeah, I see that.
if we get lucky, then we'll have a fish come by. And I don't know if there's going to be a fish that'll come by, but we just kind of have to be a little bit patient. So if you can let your line out, and then it goes out a little further, and then if you press the page down button, it reels it in. So we're just kind of hoping. We're hoping that a fish is going to show up here. But that was this is what's in development right now. It's using a lot of like what they call follow scripts. The little ball follows me, and it follows the way I'm moving with my rod. And then if the fish shows up, then the fish is going to get hooked by following the... Oh, there we go. Got one.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Here it is. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can pull him in here. No, he's kind of wanting to go the other way there.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Okay, up.
You know what? Okay. I had the screen blanked out there, bud. Can you do it again?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah, sorry. The video ended and I didn't click over the...
He'll disappear in a little while.
Get over the thing.
Hopefully it'll show up.
Okay. We'll let it run because that was my bad right there.
You see him there?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I had the whole thing. I was camming around here on it and saw the whole thing.
Yeah. So when you basically, I'm trying to reel him in by like turning and
Yeah.
pull on the line. I'm trying to get him into the boat before he disappears.
There you go.
Oh,
Now he
lost
disappeared.
him.
Yeah.
Oh well. So there you go. That's the fishing concept. It's still very much a work in
Okay.
progress.
Yeah. See it? Oh, okay. You quit. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. The video ended and I forgot to click back over to the live scene. So anyway, very good. So what is this? It's called Element 7 Bass Boat.
Element Z, yeah. It's
Element
Z,
Z.
bass boat.
Element Z
Yeah.
Bass Boat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when when you just drive it like a boat, it's a fast boat. It'll do, I'm not sure what meters per second, but it's about 110 kph if flat out, and it's pretty much been able to annihilate everything else that I've been coming across. Maybe there's some speedboats that are a little quicker, but I don't know. This thing is awful quick, and it seems to just go through the sim crossings like a knife through butter.
Cool. So it's not available yet, right? You're still working on it?
No, this is only about half done.
Okay. That's a nice looking boat though. I really like that. I've got a couple bass boats. I haven't used them for a while, but I'd like to have this. When you get it done, I'll pick one up.
Yeah, eventually this will be to be a product from Alpha Omega.
Will your trolling motor work too?
Yep. I haven't got that one going yet. That's probably going to be one of the last things. The next thing I need to do is get the fishing system working, and the trolling motor will work with that because you'll want to actually be able to drive your boat a little bit while you're fishing. So it'll be just a little electric trolling motor. And then the last thing is to get the sound sets, which is one of the more difficult things because I like to layer all my sounds. Sounds of water rushing and sounds of wind and stuff like that, along with just the engine. So, and that video that I sent you, that's not the right sound at all. That's an inboard sound, and this is definitely an outboard. So,
speaking of sound on the video, who did the music for that?
That's me. That's my day job.
Cool.
I'm
very good.
Jazz musician in real life, so that's my music.
Good music. Good music. I like it a lot. So, yeah, you got a 250 Mercury on that, I see. So that ought to be a pretty bad beast. Yeah. And it's very cool. I don't. Are there any other boats out there that have their own fishing system on them? I don't know.
I haven't tested them out, but it was one of the first things I looked for when I decided to make this. And I think there are at least two. But I don't know what it consists of, like how the fishing game would go. And there are some fishing games that are kind of grid wide right now, and some of them say they're compatible with that. But I just did this as a way to actually physically fight the fish. So
I see.
I figure it probably won't be exactly like the other ones, but I don't think there are more than just a handful that have fishing systems on them. Yeah,
that's the two boats that I have, I don't think they even have fishing systems. Of course, you can fish. You can sit in the chairs and fish from them with whatever 7 Seas or Neo Realms or whatever it is. That's the two.
If you attach a rod,
the two
like
big
that.
ones. Yeah, you have I think with both. Well, Neo Realms, you have to be on the region where they have a Neo Realms server. But 7 Seas, you can attach a server to your avatar and fish anywhere with those. But so yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a very cool boat. So we're not always about aviation here, but we're about traveling the grid, and that's CAW. And tell us where your store's at again? Your in-world store?
Well, the shop is in Gangwon. That's on Jugo. It's called Alpha Omega Design.
Yep. Alpha Omega Design. Now we have a Yeah, there's a demo area here, right by my podcast.
Yeah, and you can try out the F-14
terminal
there too.
Yeah.
And my RV, which is also released, that's available. You can demo that here too.
Yep. So, very cool stuff. So I guess, instead of trying to maneuver back over there, Bull didn't make it over here with us. Matt, I see Matt. Matt was walking around here.
Yep.
Akira's over there, and
Yes,
so I
we
guess
are here.
we can just close out from here, I think, today, as we're pushing on about an hour, a little over an hour. Now, I did want to mention before we leave here, I wanted to mention that I did change the audio version of this will be available on a different platform. I got tired of the Xeno radio thing. When I tried to connect live, it wouldn't let me connect live, and I was having all kinds of issues with that. So I used to use a service called Spreaker. It's Spreaker. I quit them at one point because they used to allow copyrighted music to play. They paid for the licensing and then they quit. But I went back to them, so we just, because we don't really do copyrighted music for the podcast. So a version of this will be up there sometime later today. And it's on Spreaker.com, and I sent out a note card with the link to it and everything. So we'll be streaming. You can listen to the audio version there. And of course, I always try to do an edited version if we had a long trailer at the beginning of this, where it just has the intro slide up while we're getting everything ready and have the link active on YouTube. I try to cut that off and maybe edit a few things out if I totally screwed something up during the podcast. But so there'll be an edited version up of this tomorrow. But right now, as soon as we go off live, I think it has to process a little bit, and then this will be available for people to watch on demand. So those two, Spreaker.com. And I didn't stream it over the radio stream today. We had so much trouble getting the audio stuff together, and I just didn't start the radio stream. But you normally would stream it live on MTFB radio while we're going. So
well, today we're just the home of SL technical difficulties.
Yeah, and it was mainly just around voice. And for some reason, group chat quit working. And I think part of it was because I kept going. I was trying to go to private chat and voice with Jack, and I kept getting out, and I think that probably screwed up group chat. But normally it had been working okay. But I've had this similar problem in other groups before trying to do group chat. So if that continues, we may have to do a different system. But for right now, we'll try to stay the same, because when it works good, and it's nice to have not have to do it in local where we can move around and we don't have to worry about being on being close to each other. So to hear. So any closing words from you, Matt? Anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, I have two things to say. First off, this is Hot Labs. I don't know if you know this group. Hot Labs are a group of sailors who regularly came by here at Saint-Aubray, and for 1 week they have their races, and I have to say that they will stay here from March the 7th to March the 21st at Saint-Aubray, and then they go away to another thing. That's one thing. And the other thing is we have a special guest too here. It's Hakiria. He was here too. And I don't want to fail to greet Hakiria, especially for this podcast too. She is very important for Saint-Aubray as co-owner of both and as contact person for all guests. She has decisively influenced the face of Saint-Aubray, and she still still does it. So very welcome. And I hope she can participate on the podcasts too, as even if she does not voice, maybe she can write her comments to us. Well, these two things I have to say.
Okay.
You just said it was it's 2 weekends. The
Weekend,
you got.
sorry, yes.
Yes.
Only one. It's 2 weekends, yeah. 2 weeks.
The hot laps. Yeah, yes.
Hot laps, 2 weeks.
Hockey sends
And
me. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, everybody can participate then if they are here. It's very normal, very very easy to participate, and they have their points of race and their boats, and you can also have scoreboard of the results of all the sailors.
Cool.
Well, you're not going to let a bass boat in there that goes 110 kph.
Yeah,
That's where I would want to do it.
It's been so long since I've done any sailboat racing that they wouldn't want me in there either. I'd probably end up wrecking everybody, but it is, it is pretty it is fun. It is fun, but it does take some skill and coordination to do that. So if Hockey wants to, say anything, if she can send me some text ahead of time, I can fix up a voice, AI voice thing for her that we can play. If there's any comments she'd like, if she knows something ahead, or some report that she wants to do, we can do that. Or we could make a video for ahead of time too. Good. So yeah, we want her to participate if she can, because she is a key part of St. Aubrey for sure, and she's done a lot of building here and whatever. So that's very good. So AW, any closing words?
Well, thanks again for having us. This is again one of the more beautiful places where you can fly and land and just hang out. There's everything to do here. So I feel I have to express my gratitude to Metmis and Hakiria for having us here and being so generous. So I hope we see you all next time. We'll have more stuff to talk about.
Yes, I really, I mean, we're going to go on the road with the podcast here, and some things going on in the future, but for the most part, this is kind of our base of operation, and it's very convenient for us because we're sitting there, and the scenery is so nice, and then if we want to rest stuff outside the terminal there, it's very easy. We don't have to walk a long way, and we can rest stuff there on the tarmac, and it's very convenient for that. So we do appreciate our gracious hosts here. And Bull, I'm sorry we lost Bull in the transition, but anyway, remember the big plane fly-in tomorrow at 11 o'clock at Fiji Island Airport, and maybe I'll see you over there. And I'm going to say so long for right now, and we'll see you all